Yes, fellas, welcome to Bala Sport. Got my boy Alex with me. What's up, bro?
How we doing?
Much man, we here, bro. We here. Are you ready to talk about this topic that we got to start talking about? I know it's Wednesday's game, Chelsea versus Manchester United. Oh, Alex, what's going on with our beloved Chelsea Football Club? Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. What do you
It
think, bro?
not a pretty game, was it? Not from us.
Definitely not, man. But let's go through the game. Sanchez saved a penalty kick. Great save, by the way, man. That
Fantastic
was,
save.
dude, the hand. That was a powerful hand he got, man. We definitely, for a guy about his height to dive like that to go get the ball, I was actually surprised because usually guys with that height can go low, you know.
Yeah,
And it's a sad game to talk about, but we got to talk about it, I guess, But frustration time, Alex. Talk to me. What was your take on this game?
we were very sloppy. Wayward passes definitely did us in. Manchester United was very eager to capitalize on any mistakes we made, and we gave them a lot to work with. Um, we just we looked like we were feeling the intensity of their high press, and it's again just sloppy passing. It gives them the opportunity, and you see them. It's it's amazing that given the chances that they had, you know, that the score line wasn't different than that. Um, it's also just it's amazing that we couldn't capitalize on some opportunities that we had as well. So it's just a frustrating game. It's especially considering the opponent, especially considering the state that they were in. It's
Right.
just you get, you know, it's one thing about being in the rebuilding process, and you can attribute a lot to that. But with the Manchester United being the team that we were facing, it just it seems like once again Chelsea are the team that you want to face to feel good about your club. You know, if you're in a bad way, just face Chelsea. They'll make you feel like you put one over on a big team.
Right.
But we continually lose the psychological game. We have everything we need. We have the players. We have the skills.
Well, you
Regardless.
think we have everything that we need? Do you really think that we really do got everything that we need?
I mean, you can argue all day that what we need better players. One more player is going to change this. We can sack poach and a different manager is going to change this. No, like you're lying to yourself. People want a solution to the problem because the problem has existed for longer than most people can tolerate, and I'm right there
Right.
with them. But it's
Right.
just
The problem for me is about the leadership. We have a bunch of teenagers, young. I call them teenagers. We don't have that much of experience in our midfield. We don't have that much of yeah. I think if it kind of Gallagher would have played, maybe things would have been a little bit different. Maybe. But when we go through the starting lineups, and it's kind of weird, right? We really mentioned thinking that missing Gallagher would make us look like this, knowing what they
I
do.
it's worth noting his impact. If Gallagher was out there, it would be an entirely different game. And I love to see the team, I love to see the team so structured around him and
Right,
recognizing his importance on the pitch. But the kind of football that we should be playing should allow us to continue to operate without him.
right.
It shouldn't create a vacuum. It should be just an interchangeable part.
Okay, so let's go step by step here, right? The starting lineup, of course, we got Sanchez at the goal, Silva, Disasi, Colwell, Cucurella. Enzo, Casado, Palmer, Stalin, Modric, and Jackson. All right, when we go back on defense, now this is where I gotta start with Pochettino, right? See,
Yep, I know where you're going. I'm
no,
ready
no,
for
it's
it.
not about that. Now, I don't want to make it seem like because first everything need to be discussed from the start to finish, right? When we're talking about this game, because this the lowest. This was embarrassing. This the lowest I've seen Chelsea perform, especially against how we perform against Arsenal. I'm not gonna count Liverpool because we always perform against Liverpool is always gonna be a draw, or something stupid like that. How we perform against Arsenal, how we perform against Tottenham, how we perform against Manchester United, Manchester City. Then we come down Manchester United, right? The starting lineups. We got a left back playing right back, and while we have Reece James on the bench. If you know Reece James, if you're gonna put Reece James in the game anyway, right? Why you didn't just start him from there, from Gecko? But you see the difference when Levi Colwell has not been showing. He has not shown up the past few games. Like
He's showing up. He's just not showing up in any positive way.
that's what I
He's
meant. There's
he's
no
drawing
positive.
foul. He's getting any attention he's getting is just because he's being
Right.
more aggressive than intelligent.
So with that being said, do you think that that starting lineup was the right starting lineup for us to go? I know you don't tell me I'm not in Pochettino, I'm not in practice. I'm just saying from your point of view, with knowing
No,
that bench, is that's the starting lineup you would have went with?
it's probably not, but maybe. I wasn't mad to see it, but I did have questions about it. Just
Right.
as far as the starting lineup is concerned. In just a few areas. I understand that Cucurella can be super effective at right back. So if you have reason to believe that, given how you have to rotate, he can be more effective at right back than at the native left back, that's
But
fine.
why put him in the right back? And when you know Reece James is present.
So here's my other part. Reece James is not a great substitute. It is he's proven over and over again that he's not a fantastic sub. So I think, why not start Reece? He's not. I mean, I'm not saying he's ineffective. I'm just saying he's still showing that he's a little bit, rusty. He's still recovering from the injury. Like mentally, there's still, like
Right.
they're all showing their frustration and aggression, and it's just you can feel it. So with Reece, it's just like if you're not gonna start him, don't play him. But if he's on your bench, then you should have started him.
That's what I
In
was
which
trying to
case,
get at. If
put
he,
put Cucurella at left back.
where he belongs, right? To get to
Don't. I mean that's where it was just like I understood it if Reece James never came on the pitch, but
right.
after the subs were made, I know you just want to talk about starting lineup, so I'm not going to get into the subs right now. But it was just it didn't really it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but I could still make sense of it. But yeah, everything we saw afterwards, man, it leaves questions.
That if
And
you have
You got Madsen. There are things that you can do instead of like, again, knowing what we know now, instead of trying to be clever with your lineup in a game where we need to prove a point. Like, it seemed like a whole lot of like Guardiola tinkering, like over prepare, try to get something over on it so much that you fuck yourself.
right. As the game goes on, right? Chelsea, there's no part of this game that I'll say that Chelsea was in the game. There's few players you could actually point out, say that okay, Cole Palmer did all right. But every Chelsea player in this game don't deserve don't deserve no praise at all. This was embarrassing performance. it was one of the most shittiest performances I've seen Chelsea's perform in a long time. You know, we could go back again and say the same thing about against Newcastle, but this one was just totally different. Even the passes were not on point. A simple pass, we could go through. Enzo didn't show up. Caicedo didn't show up. And Modric, I don't know what to expect from him right now, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm expect to see this magic happen this game, and the following game is probably going to be bench. Most games that he played good, the next games he doesn't. He end up on the bench, And Raheem was nowhere to be found. Everything about this game was just even to get outclassed by Manchester United, but one player was playing like in Manchester United.
Yeah.
And he's not even 21 years old yet. They had a Nacho over there making us look like a goddamn bottom of the tier team. This game was embarrassing, bro. I can't even. It's hard to even go through the goals because even the goals that that's stupid, bro. We give up the most cheapest goal.
Mm-hmm.
Both goals, yes. The other one was the first one was a rebound. The second one, I don't know what the hell Levi Colwill was thinking. Has a defender, center back, period. Why are you diving in the box? Like, really? We are way at Old Trafford against Manchester United. You think they're gonna? Even the referees ain't gonna call that shit, even if it was a foul. In my opinion, it was not a foul. I mean, we all seen it. The performance was just weak. Like, I don't have the energy no more to be sitting here going off about Chelsea.
Colwill, like I've wanted to support Colwill for so long, and I have, but it's just he keeps making these stupid, aggressive decisions that are just they're not helpful. And it's just like, all right, bench him until he learns. And that's what I'm saying. That's where you're just like, okay, start Reese, put Cucurella on left, and then you still have a fortified back line, and everybody's still in position. So it doesn't make sense there. But Chelsea was entirely reactive. There was, and not just reactive, but like 2 seconds behind on the reaction. People, like nobody. It seemed like when the press was happening, if the ball dropped to somebody's foot, like they were not expecting it. They did not know what to do with it as soon as they received it.
And that has something to do with the coaching. That has something to do with the leaderships on the top. That has something to do about even the players is like a leader.
Well, just their rhythm. They seem so panicked. Everything is like, even when there's 4 Chelsea players in a box within 3 yards of each other on each side,
right.
If the ball fell to one of them unexpectedly, they wouldn't know what to do. And it usually led to a stray pass and then a quick turnover in possession. And that's what I'm saying. For the pressing that Manchester was doing and the amount of times that we got caught with the ball and not knowing what to do with it, so we just give it away. It's surprising that we didn't, get punished a little bit more. And the one goal that we have is the brilliance of Palmer just not playing stupid, creating that extra bit of space for himself, and then threading the most absurd, weak-ass ball right through. And it was the exact strength it needed to be to just bypass. But it's just,
sometimes you don't need too much power just to place the ball. Place the ball.
No, that's the, again, he threaded it right through. It was a